Welcome, Virgo, to Beast Portal Tarot. Today we're going to do your single and looking spread from the 14th, Valentine's Day, to the 20th, 2021. This will be for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Please take what messages resonate with you, claim them for yourself, toss to the universe which does not. It's not meant for you, that's okay. Check your other moon and rising placements and the videos that correspond with that to get better, insightful messages if this does not resonate with you. Remember, this is an energy reading, and time is fluid, so it's going to connect for you whenever you see it or call to it. Also, please welcome to any newcomers and welcome back to any returning watchers. Glad to have you. And without further ado, I did try something a little bit new. I did pull the energies of your sign and pre-draw your spread, just because I didn't think anybody wanted to watch me shuffle for 10 minutes. Please leave me a message if in the future you'd like to. Back in the weeklies, I'll go back to shuffling, but this is just a really vast spread, so I thought we'd save some time and not break the patience of anyone. All right, so let's get started. We're going to say our quick prayer, and then we're going to get started. Okay, Virgo? So, divine angels and guardians with me, always by my side, please make this reading true and sound. I pray for guidance and for sight. Protect me with your golden light. The cards are shuffled, the cards are dealt, the door is open, the power is felt. The power is felt. Let me see with open eyes, speak the truth and tell no lies. When the future is revealed until nothing more is concealed. Remember, the future is not yet set in stone, so divine angels and guardians, I welcome messages from your ranks. For your guidance and wisdom, I give my thanks. So be it. All right, Virgo. Sorry for the pause of interruptions. We have one particularly annoying person that likes to call. So, we're going to start with who you were in your past relationship, Virgo. This energy is going to absolutely speak to a lot of what you were, what you brought into your relationship, which was good, bad, which didn't work, which did. Everybody has their own side to this. So you got the psyche of the asteroids there. That's rather ironic. And it's the goddess essentially of the asteroid, and it represents a lot of like the Virgin Virgo energy. So the psyche is going to point to other people's expectations of you, and that's kind of what I think led you in your relationship, is the other people's viewpoints or expectations of you. And who you are and how you should behave is suddenly a topic of everybody's conversation. That was also very impactful on the way you viewed yourself and your relationship, good and bad, I assume. But the empathetic side of you is, could be internalizing this, but like, other people's opinion is none of your business, Virgo. That's the best advice I can give you. Your intuition is very heightened right now. It's as though you can feel the emotions of everyone around you. You picked up a lot of water energy from you, but the gift of sensitivity, and this is going to allow you to turn even the worst feelings into beauty and positivity, lead by example, and show the kindness that goes further than spite. And as long as you try to remain mindful of that energy, it was definitely going to impact your partner's energy in that past relationship. Your partner's energy was who they were. They got swan, harmonious. This is also number 62, which breaks down to an 8. So essentially, it's like the infinity, new beginnings, birth, renewal, death, decay, all that lovely stuff. So, but it doesn't mean it has to be a bad thing, right? This is also a part of the spirit realm. So this is going to be an insightful message, but harmony is going to be found when we are mirrored with the things we love about ourselves, and that's absolutely the energy that your partner, we're all mirroring energy. All relationships are actually just mirrors of how we would like to, how we treat ourselves. So essentially, your past relationship could have been harmonious in the start, but led to disruption down the way, because your mirror images of how you see yourself, and if it's not good in your own head, then ain't gonna be good in your partner's, right? So most species of swans are white, and they draw associations to this color of purity, peace, and clear intentions. While the black swan shows us our deepest and darkest desires to have our external circumstances match that of our internal ones. And I think that that was a lot of the energy that your partner represented, is someone that is kind of the dark and the light energy of fighting between the energies of both, right? Okay, the relationship that you were in, Virgo, there's two energies for this card. You did get the thinker in reverse here. Card 44 breaking down to another 8, essentially. So birth, renewal, a lot of renewal, infinity here, but this is the thinker energy. So this could have maybe brought out the thinker energy in you, or that it just created the thinker energy within this dynamic. Very possible as well. But it is in reverse, so that tells me absolutely that it obviously has a protection message. Since the regular side is all about strategy, this is going to be, you might be kind of suffering from analysis paralysis, essentially. Thinking has its place, but trying to figure everything out logically is not working out right now. And trust me, from a Scorpio state of mind, that shit is never good. So don't overanalyze the death out of a situation, because tremendously you're going to find things in the corners of every situation that you didn't even want to explore. Probably weren't even going to be problems until you brought them to the surface. So your conclusions are likely the faulty part of this, and you might not act upon false assumptions, and they're going to get you in a jam, essentially. Give your mind a rest, do something creative, exercise or meditate. Soon you're going to come into your senses, and that aha moment is going to kind of come to you, and it's going to bring you very tremendous clarity. And I think that that clarity came to the realization that this relationship wasn't really working for you. Then you got exchanging gifts, 27. So maybe the exchanging gifts is a 9. It breaks down to a 9. So it's kind of like completions, essentially. So maybe that could be representative of the gifts that you guys were exchanging, was that peaceful at walking away, right? The law of giving and receiving, currency and trade-offs. So maybe the trade-off was just the understanding that this relationship wasn't panning out, and the best way to let it be is to let it be. Love is an exchange of life force energy between two forces, and it grows exponentially when it's reciprocated, but it also diminishes just as quickly if it's not. So you must give and receive in order for love to flourish with abundance and to flow between you two. It has to be equal give and take, ebb and flow. Spirit wants you to start accepting the blessings waiting for you, and as well as offer the same gifts in return. Open your heart and allow it to be fulfilled, but let love in and let love flow out of you. Love is truly yours if you embrace it. And then you had to see that this energy and that love was not for you. It's time to peace out and find what's meant for you, okay? The next energy is who you want to be, Virgo. And you got Lith, so this is another asteroid, and a powerful one at that. So one it's not taking no shit, taking names kind of asteroid, but it's also, I believe, if I'm not wrong, I'm not gonna, yeah, it's the shadow. So it's the darker part of you. So who you want to be is someone that starts to stand up for yourselves often, but I don't know very many Virgos that don't stand up for themselves, just saying. But often faces backlash and further punishment, but it's asking you to not back down, but don't push forward in an impactful way that's going to downright destroy those that are oppressing you. You don't have to take that powerful energy on. This is also a female energy. It's a feminine energy, absolutely. She's the figure of womanhood, essentially, this asteroid. But you're feeling like you don't have enough strength left. Sometimes strength is just walking away from the people you're told you're supposed to love, or the goals and expectations others have set out for you. And that's what you want to be, someone that stands up for yourself, but not in an aggressive, domineering, mean type way. You can always stand up for yourself without hurting other people. It's mindful to do that. Who you wanted your partner to be. You got Camel, celebration. So you wanted to have a celebratory kind of, don't we all, celebratory relationship. But this is 29, breaking down to 11, which is breakdowns to a 2. So again, we're going back to kind of foundations and going back to the start of the root of some shit that's just been recycling through over and over and over again. So this is a fire element as well. So you could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or it's just the energy you're possessing. But who you want it, or it could be the energy of your partner as well, since this is who you wanted your partner to become. You want wanted someone that you could celebrate their unique gifts and rejoice in what they continually provide for you. But also, camels are very social, so you wanted somebody that was social but also loyal. And that seems to be a common trait for some, that you can't be social and loyal, because we have to fuck everything that we know. And it doesn't have to be that way. You can be friends with vice versa people, and you can be loyal too. So that's basically saying be social, but don't be slutty. Anyway, moving on. The relationship you say you wanted for yourself was, you got loyal heart in reverse. So you probably wanted the right side of this card, the loyal heart, but what you probably got was this side of the card. So loyal heart, but that is both energy. I'm giving flow. I'm not saying that any person in this relationship was right or wrong. By the way, I wanted to comment. There's two sides to every story, and it's 50-50 always. This is going to have a protection message, this card, for you. And that is, are you stubborn or overly tenacious about an idea? Or have you become so attached to something that you just don't know how to let it go? Could it be that it's become so much of a part of you that you wouldn't know where you are without it? Now is the time to look at outdated beliefs, old ideas, and misplaced loyalties. Betrayal is only a signal that it is time to prune away all who don't deserve your trust and have no place in your life. Be new, think new, and open your heart to new things. Let go of the old and all your attachments. Spirit has awesome plans for you. Make some room. And that's in the position of the relationship that you said you wanted. Absolutely. You need to make room for it, Virgo, in order for it to happen. You have to clear out the old wounds, old ways of thinking, and you can't love anybody else without loving yourself first and foremost, okay? You at your best is the first quarter moon. Okay, that's a great energy. The first quarter moon is like half and half, being an equal give and take there. The first is completely half and half through the process of life. It's growth, right? That's all about it. It's growth, half and half. You're halfway through your life cycle. So it stems and leaves. The stems and leaves you are developing are beginning to take real form. Your intuition is getting stronger by the day, so placing trust in yourself is paramount to reaching the next stage, Virgo. You already have the answers you're looking for. As the moon grows, so can the nagging thoughts and doubts. The moon is going to continue her cycle whether you accompany her or not. So you may as well keep going, as essentially life's moving without you. So get on the bus or get off. Either way, it's going. So best person for you is praying mantis, patience. Be careful. I don't know if you want praying. They eat their spouses, I think. I'm pretty sure they eat their spouse's head. So that may be not the best person for you. That's sorry, but a little bit funny. Okay, so card 60, breaking down to a 6. It's in the spirit realm. You practice patience in reaction more so than in action. And that's absolutely fundamentally true. The best person for you is going to have one that's patient enough to not bite your head off, hopefully. But possessing extraordinary eyesight, the praying mantis doesn't miss any potential prey in its sights. It has very accurate judgment when it comes to walking and jumping. Reminding us of the gifts to surrender, patience, and determination, the praying mantis asks us to let go of control, worry, and disappointment, and instead to have patience and trust, and not only in our actions, but also in our reactions. It is one thing to practice the art of waiting, surrender, and inner peace, but it isn't until we are really tested that our true colors are seen and our actual knowledge can be applied. See, it wasn't such a bad card at all. I was a little nervous there when I saw it. I was like, oh, geez, that might not be the best person for you. But it turns out that is a great energy for you, right? Truly. Okay, we're going to move along with that. So the best relationship for you, truth be told, Virgo. So this is the best relationship that has a lot of truth in it. 14 breaks down to a 5. This is absolutely coming into the truth of yourself and in your relationship, and you've survived the mantis there. So this is all about communication. Not communication, I lied to you. This is all about honesty and acceptance, accepting things at the face value for what they are, coming out of the denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication, and that's the best relationship for you. One that is honest, that accepts things at face value, accepts you at face value, that sees the willingness to be transparent and is willing to have a lot of clarity and communication with you, Virgo. That's going to be one that's going to give you a tremendous amount of benefits. People tell you who they are very quickly if you're willing to listen to what they say and pay attention to how they behave. This card is calling you to engage in heartfelt, open conversation. It's time to see the truth about what you share with each other and tell the truth about who you are and what you need. No one can do that for you. Remember that your truth is always based in your personality and experience up to now. A higher truth will be found after you communicate honestly, and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. Don't hold back, speak your truth, and listen. This is very truthful for you. This is what I think in the best relationship for you, as for many, is one that has got truth and honesty and integrity for you. How people are perceiving you, Virgo, you did get 2 cards out. You did get the Aquarius energy. So, your Aquarius, that is a very powerful kind of air sign, but it's also, this is a sign that is saying absolutely, like it's a water bearer energy, but it is an air element. It is also the 11th house sign, so it's all about retreating, Virgo, into your own world. When Aquarius wants you to do what it appears in a reading, too often you absorb and internalize other people's emotions, and it's time for you to rid yourself of them. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb for an entire 24/7, that's 24 hours, 7 days a week, and have yourself a staycation. The appearance of Aquarius can also mean it's time to loosen up and get a little crazy. So we're going from, it's both energies. It's go and do your staycation, but loosen up in that form and embrace yourself. You're being given the opportunity to be as out there and unpredictable as you want. And as an earth sign energy, I know that unpredictable is really not your thing. So try to do that. Try to embrace, you're single, you're trying to mingle. How can you mingle if you're just stagnant and staying? Like, you gotta get out there, right? So you, if you're someone that always plays it safe, you're being offered a free pass to experiment, make sure you leap into the water. Now is the time for swimming and not waiting, essentially. Get going, get on the bus. And then you got Saturn energy here. So you got Saturn, a very prominent planet there up in your life, and it's going for representing how people are perceiving you. That's a pretty good energy. I'll take it all day week. Saturn, that's a great energy to be in, and it's also going to give you some powerful insight. It's suppressing the oppressor in the planets. So it's Earth energy. It's the Capricorn, essentially 10th house. But 2 steps forward, 1 step back is kind of the slogan for Saturn. If he's showing up for you, you're probably in the middle of a major life test. It can feel like no matter what you do, you just can't get ahead. This isn't actually the case. You're moving forward, but Saturn just likes to make sure that you're certain of your direction. Are you making responsible choices? Are you utilizing your tools to the best of your ability? Make sure you are clear about these things, because you're going to have a final exam. Life always gives you a final exam. If you're going through a period of chaos and confusion, you're going to need to look to Saturn for advice. What areas of your life can you organize and restructure? What behaviors are no longer serving your best interest? And if you can effectively let go of the things that you're holding you back, you're going to have more time to focus on the major goals and aspirations of your life. And that's how people are kind of perceiving you, this energy that's going through a lot of chaos and confusion and just kind of lost in translation, but you just need to ground yourself and embrace the Saturn Earth energy. Come into one with yourself. The type of relationship that you're attracting is a hummingbird joy. Well, that's a good relationship, I think. That's 46. Break it down to 10, which is a 1, endings and new beginnings, right? So that's beautiful stuff. for the best, the type of relationship that you're going to attract, because it's ending of an old way of thinking and a beginning of a new way forward, right? So who doesn't like a hummingbird anyway? So the smallest things in life offer the biggest spectrum of light. Truly a beautiful energy there. And that's what it's saying. The best energy for you, the best person for you is going to be somebody that maybe you don't see with all the glamour and the glitz, and somebody that might not be normally attracted to, but it's going to offer you the hugest spectrum of light in regards to love. So the hummingbird urges you to stop wasting energy on things and ideas, dramas, or beliefs that are not for your highest good, and instead look to what you already have in your life and feel grateful for it. The colorful and iridescent plumage reminds us to see the beauty and full range of fulfillment in the smallest things, and to see that whenever we shine light on the things that we love, we are gifted with the full spectrum and sensory delight it has to offer as a reward for our fullest attention. We all know the saying that the best things in life are free, and the hummingbird teaches us this truth, and also adds that the smallest things can often provide the biggest reward. That's wonderful. That's the person you're attracting, and I did open it with both hands and don't want to go. And the relationship that you're attracting right now is higher power, beautiful energy for. So this is the one with the divine energy, higher power, higher source, God, however you see fit, for yourself. But this is all about divinity, right? So this is higher power, conscious contact with your higher power, the presence of divine. It's time to address how much effort you give into your relationship with your higher power, called Goddess, Spirit, or any other name that's sacred and holy to you. Recognize that your partnership with Spirit is your number one priority. The appearance of this card is also going to indicate that there's a deep spiritual bond between you and another person who is essential to your growth and evolution, essentially this part in your path. Tend to your spiritual connections and remain aware of your true nature. Don't let anybody call you off your game. Remain true to yourself. This is very important. Sometimes your work just flows through you. Ideas come rushing in, whatever it is. When you enter agreements, begin projects, negotiate deals with Spirit as your partner, you're going to always succeed. Let your higher power lead. The synchronicities and intuitive nudges you feel are going to help you see which way you're being pointed, giving you confidence to move forward in the right direction, Virgo. Don't forget to give credit to where credit is due. You wouldn't be a success without Spirit's guidance. Humility is going to serve you well when this symbol appears. So then you need to the best relationship for you right now is one with higher power. So it's saying maybe you're not ready for a regular relationship. Get in touch with yourself, your higher being, your higher power, and that's going to give you a lot of insight onto your next way through the beginning of your new singlehood. Okay, Virgo, what is working for you? Messenger of air energy here. So we got more air energy in the reading, and this is all about opinions, being informed by experience, adherence to the dogma of a situation, allegiance to kind of a one way of thinking attitude, a learned response, swift actions or responses as well. But what is working for you is your need to broaden your perspective. You're reacting to a situation from the past, and you have to think about whether you want to do things the old way or differently and with a different kind of path. Take the round two. You can adopt a new way of thinking and behaving. If you're swift and move quickly, ensuring your actions are for the highest good, positive outcomes are assured. That's what's working for you. That ability to see through that and make your swift actions forward. What is not working for you, Virgo, is the messenger of water. So you got the messenger of air working for you and the messenger of water not working for you. So this is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy here. But this messenger of water, this is all about emotions, right? So this messenger is going to have some powerful insight for you, because this is about romantic attraction, chivalry, admiration, and seeing the best in others. So what isn't working for you is your inability to see the best in others. Your heightened emotional self is calling on you to be self-sabotaging to yourself, and what you need to do, you need to have a call to fall in love with yourself, essentially. You need to look for the best in others and honor it even when it seems like a challenge to do so. Attractions stem from self-love and knowledge that you are part of love, which takes many forms and it's very exquisite in its own way, but you can have what you desire. There's no need for jealousy, anger, resentment, or fear. When you have love, love will flow through you powerfully. And what's working against you is your ability to have love for yourself, Virgo. And that's always going to impact you having love for others. How you can maximize your potential of finding love, Virgo. You have two energies out. Strength energy. This could represent a Leo. But how to maximize your chance of finding love? Obviously, strength is going to have a powerful insight in that, because when you have the strength to go through the endurance of your situations, you can go that distance and know that everything occurs in your divine appropriate time. You have the courage to manifest those miracles, and you can allow spirit to work through you. You're strong enough to move mountains and overcome any obstacle inside or out. And that is truly what you're going to need to help you maximize your energy. Just overcoming obstacles as they come at you. Don't let it stop you. The second energy is Three of Earth. So this is your energy, Virgo. This Three of Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But this three is like teamwork. So it's building on solid foundations. So that's what's going to help you maximize your foundation at finding love, is building on a solid foundation, dedicated collaboration between you and another. What you're building can be grounded in a solid foundation. Know that you can trust that it's not going to be slip away or be suddenly pulled out like the carpet from underneath your feet. You're jointed by others in coordinated efforts to bring forth what you have chosen to co-create. The architecture of your dreams is becoming tangible, taking shape before you, and you can share your joy and pride with your partner and supporters, teachers and students. We are all learning, growing, and building collaboratively. And when you realize that, that's going to maximize your chance of finding a great, deep, powerful love for you, Virgo. All right, now we're going to read your Sacred Rebel card, which is going to be a very powerful passage. There is a healing process with this card. If you do want it, feel free to message me in the comments, and I'd be happy to provide that to you. All right, so card is Come to Life. What a beautiful card. That is 43 right there. What a truly beautiful card that is. Wow. Okay, so 43. You are the most sacred of all sacred artworks. You are bringing yourself to life now, and this is how it must be. Of course, something being essential doesn't mean it will always be easy. You must support yourself and have courage during this process. Your monkey mind is not to run the show. It might have a lot to say, and at times it even seems very convincing, but it is not the one in charge. Your mind can inspire you with ideas. However, it is the real you that speaks through your rebellious sacred heart and is living your life, not the monkey mind. The mind is not much more than a swirling cacophony of habitual reactions. Beneath habitual thoughts, there is a deep, sensual, creative, and energetic awakening happening to you. It is so far beyond what the mind is now capable of controlling. Others might not like it because it shakes things up. Coming to life tends to do that. However, it is happening now, and the only real choice you have to make is how to deal with it. Coming to life means feeling. It might bring joy, but it could equally bring sadness, rage, or fear. It could bring all of these and more. Feelings will come and go quite swiftly when allowed to flow. You might need to paint, write, enact rituals, sing, and dance your feelings to help the energy flow. Don't hold back. Create the space for yourself to do it. In this process, you are uncovering the artistry of the universal creator. You are honoring the sacredness of life by exploring it without restraint, and that includes the flow of your feelings. You don't have to do anything with them other than express. You may want to analyze, or you may not. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you are getting in touch with feeling. Learning how to assess your feelings allows you to learn how to access your intuition, creative inspiration, and genuine internal guidance. These aspects flow from the same place and are often couched within your feelings in the form of emotions as well as physical sensations. The journey underneath the mind and into a sensual emotional connection with your feelings, emotions, and body is for a sacred purpose. It is part of your path. You are the one of the sacred but powerful minority that have chosen to come into a body and live consciously within it. That may seem like it applies to everybody, but when you experience it for yourself, you will realize that this is actually rather rare. There are plenty of bodies without a spirit really residing within to care for, love, and honor them as a sacred animal. Fortunately, this minority is powerful enough that it can keep human culture in balance, but only just. We need every single one of us that is capable to be aware of the task and move forward beyond the mind and into the body. This is especially so if you have drawn the oracle of Beyond the Mind, the Heart Beats. You may feel drawn to read the guidance of that oracle once you have completed the healing process below. To support you on this part of your life path, to come into your sensuality, you will need to anchor your experiences. You may be blessed with relationships that are conscious enough to be interested in your journey in a constructive rather than controlling or undermining way. If so, talk, converse, share. If not, then you're going to need to be more resourceful in how you support yourself rather than through your awakening process, at least until you attract some more conscious connections into your life. It is likely that these connections are already on their way just because you are working through the energy of this oracle deck. This is especially so if you've also drawn the conscious connections of collaborative dreaming card or feel inspired to read one or both of those messages. You can support your own process by scheduling time for yourself and keeping it like you would the most important date and destiny. So get to writing in your journal, do your dance, paint your picture, create your creations, be kind to your body and listen to it and let it be alive. Even in times of pain, know that there will also be ecstasy and bliss as the process of healing and awakening continues. The message of this oracle is be alive. Don't imagine you can go back to sleep. You are awake. You are too awake for that now. There's no falling back into old ways. If you do so, it will be short-lived and won't feel the same as it used to. You may grieve this. You will certainly eventually celebrate it. You have crossed the threshold from an old way of being in an old life, and try as you might, you cannot return. It is better to let it go. Grieve if needs to be. Celebrate if needs to be, or do both and move on into this moment. There is another adventure waiting for you. You need a deeper connection to your own instincts, body, feelings, and intuitions so that you can receive this new calling. You can trust in it too, embrace it, and it will embrace you. Wow. Beautiful. Again, if you want the process that goes along with that card, Virgo, I'm happy to provide it to you. And I hope you enjoyed that and it's helpful in your mingling energy throughout Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there. Until next time, namaste.